Hello, friends and horror fans, and welcome to the first episode in a new series of The Horror of, where I take, different things that I watched, played, read, that I enjoyed that weren't necessarily horror, but if viewed through a different lens, are terrifying. So today I'd like to talk to you about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And I just said a bunch of words that YouTube isn't a fan of, so whatevs, I guess. And Brainiac's invasion. Now, from our perspective, it's a lot like Doom, where it's only not scary because we're the ones with the superpowers. If we were playing as the common person, this would be essentially cosmic horror. Brainiac is essentially cosmic horror. Now, we're not going to be going over Comic Brainiac because Comic Brainiac will be getting his own dedicated episode when I talk about the House of Brainiac. So, we're going to be talking about Game Brainiac. So his motivations are, he is from a planet called Kolu. Kolu is a dead planet, and he's coming to Earth to essentially terraform it, turn our heroes into his mindless slaves. So your options are become a mindless slave or die. Your choice, really. So the biggest thing is the giant skull ship in the sky, the snaking tentacles all around Metropolis, and what we could probably presume in time would be the rest of the world. All of his soldiers being transformed citizens of Metropolis, being forced to do his bidding, as are the Justice League, which obviously it was revealed are clones, which anybody could have told you that. Anyhow, he still has versions of his own metas. These soldiers that are being forced to do what he wants are being given like speed powers and such. And on top of all this already admittedly terrifying imagery and cosmic horror invasion, essentially, there's a part in the game where we go to Earth 2 where his invasion was successful. And we get to see firsthand the consequences of what he's pursuing. We get to see a Earth in the middle of the terraforming process of being turned into New Kolu. And all about are not only his soldiers, but also his transformed tanks and planes, that his technology is so advanced it can take over our earthly machinery. There's really no way to fight back. Now, as if this wasn't already bad enough, it gets worse. Across the Metropolis area are set up these devices, crystals linked to I forget what it's called. We'll just call it a hive for ease, since it looks like a wasp nest. These hives, incubator, that's what it's called. The incubators that are being used for, I forget what, but point is, the incubators are terrifying, as are the massive, they look like space railguns that are set up. Now, yes, when shot at with, heavy artillery and, superpowers, it was taken down, but it takes a lot of time. Not to mention the fact that during part of the story, they tried to nuke his ship unsuccessfully because he has a mind-controlled Superman. But even so, it's implied, I believe, at least if my interpretation is to be believed, that his ship would have just stopped the nuke anyway. Now, it can't possibly get worse, right? It does. It always does. So not only that, but once you finally manage to kill Brainiac, the invasion doesn't stop. The Skull ship is just temporarily stopped. The armed forces still stick around. The artillery, the incubators, they all continue to regenerate themselves after enough time, which admittedly is probably just a gameplay thing, but let's just roll with it for fun. But not only that, but he is a multi-dimensional being, which means that while we killed him, he exists in 12 other planes of existence all at this concurrent time. And even if you were to say, harm all of these brainiacs, as we see in, some comics, he explains that he can just make shells of himself. You can kill these 12 versions of him, but there's no guarantee that's Brainiac. There's no guarantee you're damaging Brainiac. You might just be killing a husk, which is still Earth terraforming level of powerful. And that is a husk of the man himself. That's all I got for you today. If you like this episode of this new series, let me know what you thought down below. If you watched this point, comment Brainiac. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe if you want to stay up to date with daily horror content. If you dislike to share with a friend in group chat so you can make fun of me in my stupid video. I'll see you on the next either Would You Survive, Dead by Daylight video, or The Horror of. Thank you for watching. Take care. See ya, Space Cowboy.